Well, perfect time as any to start. Welcome. This is Shelf Life 13. Whoa! Shelf Life 13. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. I guess we're going to have a relaxing episode. We're not just running on goals and all sorts of nonsense. We're chilling. The holidays. Just had Thanksgiving. We're at the end of the month, and it is December 1st. And because December 1st snuck up on me so fast, before this video, I wanted to finish, boom, Don DeLillo's White Noise. I finished it this morning. This book's awesome. I don't know if I have a ton to say about it, but I have some things to say about it that I wrote down. And we'll get into it. We'll get into it. The other, let's see. I almost forgot my standard protocol. The big deep breath. Oh, all right, man. I got the smaller notebook that I've been enjoying using. I pretty much had this one to write in, and I've been having the other larger one just to type stuff I've written down in, but I've kind of just shelved it. Let's see. You guys are just gonna chill with me. This one isn't super duper planned out. So, how you been? How was your week? Tomorrow's Monday. Get ready for a regular week. Set up a bunch of Christmas stuff all day, so my whole house is kind of discombobulated. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to move this over here, and I'm moving stuff on my bookshelf. So it's been a day. I've been looking forward to this, but I knew I was just kind of going to wing it. So let's see. We didn't do all that. All right. And how come I always pick right before I come down here to shave so my skin looks the most inflamed possible every time? All right. So yeah, as I said, I've did I just drop something? Oh, okay, good. I have two microphones. I just dropped one of them. I thought it was this one, and the light wasn't on, so I thought I lost sound. That would not be good. Let's say here's some fun things. We're not in a rush. So I took my books and I organized them in height. One down to stuff I've read, and then up here, stuff I haven't read. One, all the way down. Well, I'm not counting these things, but this is my list. So I just go through, grab it here. I got other stuff down here, and I also have another bookshelf um, around the corner, and I kind of want to just move all books to the shelf and filter them out as I go through them. And there's going to be more books coming and going, but I have to get more accustomed to letting books go. Let's just get right into that. I've been posting a couple books on eBay, um, just repurposing things, and I've been buying a couple off eBay. But let's see what we got. I think we got one going out and two going up. That one's going up. That one's going up. Here we go. We'll talk about one I got rid of. This one's going out tomorrow. This is a classic. I think everybody should read this. This is Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. I had to read this for like an English class in college, and whoa, with reality and Viktor Frankl's account of the Holocaust and living through the ugliest of humanity. Like, oh my God. It's amazing. It's amazing. But sold it. Hope someone else learns a ton from it and gets some great value. I just have limited real estate. So that was good. I'm just steering towards selling more books online because they're easy to ship because they go in these. I don't know how good books like this sell with oopsie doopsie accidents. Like you could see it's a reader's copy. I mean, there's nothing gnarly about it, right? I think a pen exploded in a backpack. I don't know. It was a red pen. But I remember I read this Survivor. It was pretty good. Got it in Borders way back in the day. Still has a Borders tag. So I threw this up on eBay. We'll see if anyone bites on that one. I just don't know. So we're throwing it out there. And then I also got a copy of a classic, a 40th anniversary edition hardcover of Jack Kerouac's On the Road. I just know I'm not a big like hardcover guy. See, it's got someone's jazz in here, a little bit of water damage, but I mean, if I can get a couple bucks, like I used to just donate this kind of stuff. So I think it's a fun journey to see where the book market's at. And you know, you guys might be able to give me some tips or tricks or opinions on reselling books, but I mean, you know, part of making the content, I was consuming the content. I buy the books, maybe I can sell the books. We'll see. So I've been book market ish, I guess. So that's what I had. Oh, another big shout out to Black Noise Magazine. This was the one that my band was in. Here, look. Yeah, there's me all the way on the this side, looking cool. Support local metal. Um, I think this month I might be in print with them for a poem I did, which is exciting, but I don't know. Anyways, Black Noise Magazine. You should go check them out. Let me put these away. I know you're always looking at like the side of my head while I'm organizing stuff, but that's okay. That's why we got a microphone. Back to the notebook. Selling books. Frankel's Man's Search for Meanings. Jack Kerouac's On the Road going up on eBay. I sold Virginia Barnes Nightwood. That was a little while ago. I haven't put up the bookmarks yet. I'm kind of I don't know about those. I don't have pictures. I'm gonna probably take a couple pictures right now because the light's set up. And if you want to support, you want a cool. I think I have them here. Cool little bookmark. Grab one. Feel free. Support the channel because I'm not doing any of the typical ways of doing it. Here's a little boat. That's fun. I paint them in doubles sometimes, so I do two of them. And look, it's real art, so it's signed. How you know? Sun with some mountains. I think this was some Hawaiian mountains. Same thing, but it was mirrored date and one of two. This was one of my favorites. I think I actually used the other one. That was just some wildflowers. Fun stuff. Book related things on the internet. You know what I mean? Just a guy creating stuff in his basement, like videos for you, the viewer. Okay, I put that away. On the road. Oh, I had in my shorts. I got a lot of good interactions with people. They thought it would be cool if I did a episode of Shelf Life outside, and all week I had been thinking about like where can I bring my bike? You know, I could pack up a couple books and I could talk about them like I do in here. I thought that would be fun, but it got bitterly cold after Thanksgiving. Like I had a workout planned. It's a deload week, but I had a workout planned, and like I was either going to go on a run or a bike ride today, and I didn't do anything. I just kept it a true deload, and I set up the Christmas stuff, and I spent time with my boy, and I didn't go to work. So, yes. So, no harm, no foul, but we're back at it tomorrow. Maybe later in the month, maybe to round out the year. Maybe to round out the year, we'll do a an outside uh, episode. Maybe in the black metal depth of winter, we'll do an outside episode on all my favorite black metal-esque books. Let's see. Because it's the end of the year and it's December and I don't want to go crazy, it was awesome to be able to finish Ooh, I know I already mentioned it. Don DeLillo's White Noise. But it was like, all right, I wanted to, oh, I could finish it by the first. Cool. I'm done with the rushing with the books. I say that, but what I really mean is I don't want to add to my stack because right now, here's my stack. I've been reading The Tunnel by Gas, and I think I'm behind on my group. I'm at page like 172, 173. I don't know. I've been listening along with the audio. It's becoming more clear what's happening. The, the fact that I've gotten a chunk of the way in. Before it was kind of confusing, and I kind of stumbled my way into knowing where we are. Really good. It's got an eerie, creepy taste to it. Um, it's too new and weird right now for me to give any sort of analysis or discussion on things that are happening. It's kind of just like if you're driving by, can you give all the details of an accident? It's like no. It's like I'm just like what's happening. I'm managing my way through it for the first time. I'm getting a taste of this, and this is rich. This is a rich book. And there apparently I read an interview. I didn't read an interview. I saw in an interview with Gas that this was based off of the way a musical is composed with like 12 parts. I'm not sure, but I saw a couple pages that study guides, if you will, or read along synopsis. I'm all about using all the resources for this book. This book is awesome. It's going to be something that I revisit over and over again. But I want to give this its due diligence. Over the past couple days, I was like, oh, I got to finish the end of the month. I put this away. This is not something you can just put down. Like, this is not one that's, oh, forget about it and then come back to it. It's like, I guess you can, but I think you're going to miss some nuance, or I just get paranoid about missing nuance and got to stay on it. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to pick another book to rush through the month and then I miss all the really fun flavors of everything I'm getting into. So I'm kind of treating myself the end of this month to The Tunnel and The Count. Like, I've been neglecting The Count, and this is so much fun. I've been reading this like crazy, and I lost one of my notebooks inside of this. I was like, where the hell's that notebook? It's right in The Count, right where you left it, dude. Oh, here's another one of my bookmarks. The guillotine. How appropriate is that? The washable ordinary guillotine. That's something. But that how it doesn't get better than that for Dumas and the Count of Monte Cristo. These two books. This is going to finish out the year for me. If I finish these, great. I'll start something else. But I'm not adding commitments. There's no need. I'm still going to do the Yale Open courses, and I'm still going to be reading Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. What else am I into right now? Flip through a little bit of Henry, Black Coffee Blues, the 124 Worlds. That was cool to revisit. It's like, yep, it's still just as fun as I remember. Um, yeah, like I'm gonna kind of try to fart around and not stress myself out, but a little bit of the stress is good. The having to make the content for you guys is great. The month thing, it's valid because like I didn't necessarily have if I didn't have that like it's the end of the month, have something to say. It'd be great to finish a book for the beginning of December. If I didn't have that push or the community here that you depend on me for your book entertainment. If you guys weren't here, then I don't think I would have finished it today, and it would have been like I don't know what in 2 weeks I finished it. No, so it's making me a better reader, making me think more about what I want to say to you guys. Do the arm motion again, just cause. All right, we're gonna talk about white noise now. And I did write a couple like as soon as I finished the book. What are some things I wanted to think about because it was probably the last 20 pages of this. Here we go. Now we're getting into it. Let's talk about the book itself. I love the color. I didn't know that Penguin made these red covers. I think it looks pretty dope. 1985. I think that's when this was published. I don't know. Oh, let's talk about my spine breaking. There's just one big one. I don't know if you can see that. There's just one major one, but the pages. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know what this offset of pages is, and when the cover and the dust jacket are all in one, I like that, so I can use it as a bookmark. I do that sometimes. Do other people do that? I don't know. A lot of fun annotations from whoever owned this before. And there's a safety class at the junior league in Greenwich, and then there were handwritten directions on how to get there. Apparently, they were writing this before MapQuest or GPS on one's phone. So all sorts of crazy notes from this person, whoever it was. They thought that it was cool seeing like when they think certain things are funny. I don't know. This book was weird though. This book was weird. I think it was definingly absurd. I got to like the last 40 pages, and it was like we had a lot going on. It's mainly about this guy who's a college professor, and he does like he's in charge of like Hitler studies at a major college, and that's never like addressed, but it's addressed the whole time because we're discussing it and how it's not really made a big deal. It's like I don't know what we're saying there, and I, the absurdity of it, like the just banal Americana-ness, and how it just rolls. You just roll through this story, and I mean the family structure. It's like nuclear family, but kind of totally not. It's bizarre, and like a lot of the bizarreness isn't addressed, but I think that's intentional. Um, and then, like I said, I didn't know where we were going. It was just one absurdity after another, and it seemed like Delilla was like, "Oh, we have to wrap this up. Let's get a little crazy." Like, and then didn't know that that was going to happen, and yeah, sure, let's do that, and it it got crazy, and it's like, oh, that's going to be the end of the book. There's going to be consequences for this, right? And then it's like, no, oh, all this whole rest of the book, let's just wrap it up weirder and weirder, and it's resolved, but it's not resolved. So I was thinking about this. Let's see some of the notes. Absurd. There was all beginning and no real end. It was like quick. We need to let's do an end. There was no like build up or a great climax. It was just like flatlined and then whoa chaos. Um, I thought that the end of this book, the way that our main guy, our protagonist, was thinking, the events that happened, like things escalated quickly. It was kind of like the way one would think if they were on psychedelics or mushrooms. It reminded me of the grotesqueness, like if you're looking at one's hand, the grotesqueness of the nature of the hand and the absurdity. It's like the see this, you know what I mean? Like it was just so in your face that it's like you kind of had to laugh at it, but you were also kind of startled by what was going on. And it's like it's nobody going to address what's happening here. And like I said, I think that was by design, which made it a very unique read. But it definitely likened itself to what I would think is the experience of being on mushrooms. Like, I'd be interested to know if DeLillo did that intentionally or what his history is with psychedelics. And I also think that the way that the book ended is like I'm going to relate it to music. If you know those songs that just don't end, the songs don't end, but like the music, the volume slowly fades out, like the band just seeps back, and it's just like it just turns down slow. That's what this book ended like. I thought it was brilliant. It was like an omnipresent Americana, um, but it got real at the end, and there were some real issues, and you could tell DeLillo thought a lot about. He wasn't just like announcing what he has to say. presented it to you, and it's time for you to think for yourself. Like, I, it was my first DeLillo. I really liked it. Gonna take a break from him, hop over to some other people. We'll probably meet back around sooner than later. But really good. I enjoyed it. Um, let's see. I've been doing the haikus. I've been writing more. But yeah, guys, it was a wild week with work. It was the end of the month. There was a ton of overtime. I stayed for training to do some things, and with the holiday and certain days off, I couldn't go crazy with my reading. I kept it real basic, and I wound up finishing White Noise. I liked it. I read some more of The Tunnel. For the next month, we're gonna do the Outside episode, and because like I explained, the rest of the year is mainly going to be these. What are we going to talk about? Like, that's not cool. We're going to change some formats. Let's do some fun episodes like the beginning of the year or end of the year. What were some of my favorite reads of the year? What were some of my favorite reads um, since starting this channel? If you guys have any ideas of what, like my top three, this or that, or I don't know, man. If you got an idea for a video, let me know, because if it's just a reading recap and I'm not going to give spoilers, like, ooh, is that fun for anybody? Hey, here's what I'm reading again. I'm not going to say anything about it. So, but that's it. Guys, thanks again. Shelf Life 13. It's been real. This is no 20 minutes, so it's not necessarily shorter, but it's on the shorter side. Infinite Jest one was doing really, really good. But yeah, thank you again for tuning in. Oh, like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you next week. Love you guys. Later.